Andres Segovia Show.
Greetings everyone and welcome to the Andres Segovia Show. I am your host Andres Segovia. You're joining me on the first Monday of the new year. We made it, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the program, and a happy new year to you all. And being that it's the new year, sometimes we set out to make goals or some resolves or resolutions. I'm one of those that don't do the goals and the resolutions. I just resolve to set out to achieve what I've set out to achieve. So when I put my mind on something, I do it. And in this case, I know a lot of people said that they're going to be looking to be a healthier you and all this. But New Year's Day landed on a Friday. So they're like, yeah, I'll wait until Monday. So some already delayed their resolutions and stuff. So look, I'm not putting on anybody. I'm just pointing out the irony and all of that, right? So it happens to the best of us. And also to the worst of us. So we're all in common in that sense. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on. I just want to give you a heads up that I will be reposting an episode that I had done. I've actually done it twice now, so it's going to be the third time I do it. And believe it or not, the answer remains the same to the age-old question, and the question I get asked the most. Is it the right time to buy? And being the last year was literally all over the place, many people did ask that question. Whereas 2019, I got the question also. And this year, as things are starting and where things might land, depending on where things go later this week, the answer will remain the same. So I will be reposting that episode. Stay tuned for that one to answer the question, is it the right time to buy? And also, I'm going to be adding another segment or installment to my segment called Local Broker Reacts. So stay tuned for that. I think it's gonna be on YouTube first before it comes to the podcast. But just giving you an FYI that there's gonna be varied content coming up. I'm gonna be in a seminar regarding Proposition 19 in the next few days. And as soon as I'm able to get information out of there as to how this might affect living trusts for you property owners that have your properties in the trust, I will be able to convey what I can when I can, because this law is gonna take effect in the next couple of months or so. And we don't really know the extent of how this might hurt. But one thing that we do know for sure, it is a tax increase that was being sold as a tax incentive. So it was the opposite of what was being sold. So yeah, I was definitely against a lot of my boards and associations on this one. But unfortunately, this thing is the law of the land. So we'll see what goes up. Law of the land being California. Anyway, and another update regarding my website, www.theandressegovia.com. For those of you that did not get an opportunity to check out my off-the-record stuff there, unfortunately, my entertainment podcasts, you got to register in order to listen to them. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. But I did tell you to go check it out. So if you missed out on that, I'm sorry, but that's the only way you'll be able to experience it until maybe I change my mind and open it up again. But the Off the Record podcast, where I talk about anything and everything that interests me that doesn't make it to the main show, that will still be accessible without having to register until the end of this week. And there's reasons for it because of the major events happening this week outside of the world of real estate that also have implications on real estate. So just giving you an FYI, but the main show is the main show. It's on all these podcast catchers and is on YouTube. That's not going anywhere. But I do intend to kind of mirror a lot of my episodes over on Rumble and some other YouTube alternatives because I want to extend my reach also. Not count on YouTube itself because there's been a lot of throttling that's gone on. You probably heard me complain about that, so I'm not going to rehash it here. But anyway, that's really the updates I wanted to give you all in that respect as to what the show is, where it's going, what's coming up. And there are some changes that I'm intending to make, but I'm going to wait for the dust to settle a little more on that. So that's a little bit of a tease for you there as to what is coming up, because even I don't know the extent of what is coming up. But once it does, you shall know. But I do have my eyes set on doing a little bit more tech-centric stuff, particularly with concerns about privacy and security when it comes to our equipment. And for those of us in real estate, that's a really big deal because we have to handle client data. And I've been up on this for several years, and I felt the industry was taking forever to catch up. But caught up they had to, so that's good news. But there's always more that we can do to protect our client information and ourselves, especially in this time of increasingly depending on being online for just about anything and everything. But anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you so much. I wanted to keep this one brief. So I wish you a great first new week of 2021. It's going to be an interesting one, to say the least, because of everything else that's peripheral to what's going on. And for those of you with real estate goals and interested in real estate, go check out my stuff at www.segoviares.com to find out how I might be of service to help you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Andrew Segovia Show. As always, I'll see you on the next one.